Welcome back, everyone. Debilitation is considered the weakest state of a planet. You would have heard it a lot of times that if your planet is debilitated, any planet is debilitated in your chart, oh my God, what will you do in life? Your life is ruined and all that. But have you ever thought that why do people with debilitated planets still rise in life? Why do some of the strongest individuals have the weakest planet placements in their charts and yet they are successful? That means if debilitation was really a failure, then success should be impossible for them. But reality tells a very different story. Namaste, I'm Kabir Roy, and today we are going to break the myth of debilitation. Understand this. In Jyotish, the planetary strengths, they are never judged by a single factor. The dignity, what we call, whether exalted or debilitated or any state, is just one layer. The planet's real power depends upon its placement in the chart. We have explained the placement in the previous video. You can go and take a look at that. The aspects and conjunctions in the chart, the nakshatra power, the strength in the divisional charts, and most importantly, timing. All these things come together to tell you whether a planet is really strong or not. So debilitation inherently shows weakness, yes, but it is not destiny. Now you have to understand here, what is the meaning of debilitation? See, when we say a planet is debilitated, it represents a state where the planet struggles to express its natural qualities. Why do you get a debilitated planet? If you understand this, everything will become very clear. See, when every planet has its own powers, and if you have not used the powers properly in your past lifetimes to actually do what the planet wants you to do, then in this lifetime, you are going to get a debilitated planet so that you really understand the worth of the power of that planet and what you can do with it. What does it mean? That is there an absence of energy of that particular planet? No. What it means is there will be a misalignment of the energy of the planet in your life. And because of that, the planet's power will be distorted. But does that mean it is the end? Not at all. The planet will exist, but it will not function comfortably. That's all. Which means that you will require more effort, more awareness, and more evolution. So debilitation is not a failure. It is unfinished work. So the things which you have not done in the past come to you in the form of a debilitated planet where you have to work more to get it, and that's it. Let's take one example. Say, for example, Jupiter is debilitated in your chart. Jupiter is debilitated in Capricorn. Why? There are many reasons, but I'll give you a small one. See, Jupiter represents happiness, expansion, wisdom, faith, all the good things in life. Capricorn, on the other hand, represents restriction, karma, structure, realism. Now you see that both poles apart. There is a bipolarity there. Expansion meets limitation, and faith meets practicality. So, of course, there has to be a tussle out there. Yes, Jupiter and Saturn are very neutral to each other. But when you look at the concept of how they function, there is a bipolarity. So Jupiter here now needs to work in a different manner. There are many Puranic stories. There are many other factors, which is very long to explain in this particular small video. For that, we have our courses, yes. But if you understand this, you will be able to get it. So what happens here? When Jupiter goes to Capricorn, your beliefs are tested, your wisdom gets challenged, and your optimism becomes conditional. Now, would you really like that? As a human being, we like things easy, but that's your karma, and you have to go through it. Now, here is the catch. See, Jupiter carries Agni Tattva, the fire of knowledge, growth, vision. Now, when that when Jupiter becomes debilitated, that same fire reduces, confidence goes weaker, direction feels unclear, and this does not create optimism. So Jupiter is unhappy here. And this creates a lack of vigor because of lack of happiness and the doubt of decisions and struggles in growth and guidance. Now, this is where the catch is. Jupiter is the biggest planet which signifies growth and guidance. Now, if that is itself a challenge in your horoscope, that means taking guidance will be a very big challenge for you. But this is just the starting point. It is not the final outcome. This is just the setup. So now, say for example, Jupiter has a specific placement of debilitation in your D1 chart, Rashi chart. And in the Navamsha chart, it becomes exalted. That means Jupiter is in Cancer in Navamsha chart. Can it happen? Yes, it can happen. There are many charts like this. Or Jupiter goes into a friend sign or own sign or anything else. It becomes much more powerful or goes into a much better state. Now, what happens here? Externally, you will see the person is struggling. Your life will have struggles. But internally, you will see slowly and slowly and slowly the growth is happening. So this is the key part. Whenever you get a debilitated planet in your chart, you must follow Saturnian discipline in that aspect of life which the planet is showing. So in Jupiter's case, you must have the discipline to get guidance, listen to others, give back to the society in terms of your knowledge, your teaching. When you get a Jupiter in Capricorn, it means that you already have a lot of knowledge and you're going to get a lot of knowledge because you're going to work hard for it. Your job is to give it back to the society. When you do that, the debilitation effects keep on moving on. So in the early stages, early life, you might feel confusion or lack of direction when you have a Jupiter debilitated. But in the middle phase of life, you will see a lot of learning, which may come through a lot of failures or a lot of repetitions. But in the later phases of life, you may see deep wisdom coming in, more clarity coming in, which leads to more stability. Because you will be made to earn Jupiter. It will not be given to you. So any planet which is debilitated in your chart, you will be made to earn it. You've got to do things from scratch and become a master of it by following the Saturnian discipline and patience. Okay, I'll make it simpler. Think of a student who is weak in mathematics. At first, nothing will make sense. The person will run away from the subject. Every problem will feel difficult. The confidence will be low. So what happens? They will have to go back to the basics, practice more than others, put in consistent effort. Yes, it is slow. Yes, it is frustrating. But over time, there will be a shift. What will shift? The concepts will become clearer. Confidence will build up, and eventually, the same student becomes better than others because they didn't just study mathematics, they understood it deeply. This is the opportunity which is given to you when a planet is debilitated to understand things deeply regarding that particular planet in your life and its significations. So, this debilitation, whenever you will get it, or whichever planet is debilitated in your chart, it forces you to work harder, learn deeper, and evolve for long term stability. So, the exaltation, whenever a planet is exalted, look at the video which we did on the exaltation of planets. So, whenever a planet is exalted, it gives you the ability to do that work comfortably, easily. When it is debilitated, it builds mastery. That's the difference. So, when you have a debilitated planet in the chart, don't get dejected. And also remember, whenever a planet is debilitated, all planets have a seventh aspect on the opposite house wherever they are sitting. And that is the exaltation aspect of that planet which goes there. That's a bit technical, but for those who know the technicalities, you will be able to understand. But the entire concept is that a debilitated planet does not deny your success. Yes, it will delay it. Yes, it will test you, but it will refine you and make you a master. And when it finally delivers, it delivers such a strength that cannot be shaken. So do not take debilitation for weakness. It is a journey from struggle to mastery. And this is what we teach in Jyotish Aarambh, which is starting July 2026. If you are interested, the links are given below. Please contact us and we'll take you through the necessary requirements. And it will be a fantastic journey. Also, there is a link given in the description box for a Telegram group, which we have started, an initiative from Edu-Astro for free, proper education on Jyotish to all. So if you're interested, you can join that group too. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.